Hello, Olivier here. In a series that I'm going to call Advanced Botting, I'm going to go through a few little tips on how to use the bot properly. Here is our normal price chart we like to use. A couple of things I just want to say about this bot. Now, the bot is working normally as a standalone, no problem. We're doing our little bits and pieces every day. It seems to be working better and better as a standalone, especially since we have new versions coming out that have ironed out some of these late night profit-taking dilemmas we had. The only thing I want to add right now is we can use some techniques, actually, to make our botting better. The techniques are to sometimes have a look at what's going on with the market. Right now you have today's market, and by using this indicator here, which you should all have, if you don't, you can download it. I'm just going to give you the name, Bollinger Squeeze with DeMarca. It's free. I'm not selling it. It's free. It's available on the internet. Type it in Google, Bollinger Squeeze with DeMarca. I'm not promoting this indicator at all. I'm just using it. I like it. So what it does, you see in blue here, this indicates an area of the squeeze, and the squeeze is usually determined by Keltner bands and Bollinger bands and the way they interact together. That's the classical definition. You can use DeMarca in there too. It gets a little bit three indicators basically. But what it says is that when the band's really narrow, like here, okay, you're going to have an area of very, very low volatility. We've talked about this many times. And followed by this area of low volatility, you have a breakdown. Now this is interesting because this is basically the Greek situation. So we had Friday here. Look at that. All evening, well, leading up to the close. A squeeze. And what do we say what happens in a squeeze? When you get this area of volatility, prices narrow, 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 and there's only one thing they can do. They can either just shoot up or they can shoot down. That's usually what happens. I mean, they just can't stay in this very narrow band. It gets narrower and narrower. In this case, they shot down, and you had to be short before. There's nothing you could have done. You wake up Monday morning and you've got a nice short, or it would have gone up here. So every time it's this, and it is an interesting thing because you can make a lot of money that way. Now, what the bot does, he's going to work in here in these bands, and maybe he'll just get the right thing at the end of the day. Maybe he'll be up here and get the short, which is what happened in many cases. Or in other cases, if your broker or your cycle started longer and all that, you might be off a little bit calibration. You could have been in a long here. This could have happened. But I think most of us were here. So the bot did its job. I mean, originally what I wanted to do is make the bot stop during the squeeze, and then take a breakout. But I decided to give you that squeeze breakout EA, which is okay. I mean, it's not it's surprising that if you just take breakout trades, it's a viable strategy, but you get quite a few going the wrong way, and the bot acting by itself actually does a lot better. So I mean you can do these breakout trades and talk about news trading and all that, but you can actually do without it too, and just let the bot run by itself. And so my advanced botting technique would be for to go back to the old way. You can be here on Friday night and say, well, I don't think this European thing is going to do well, and add yourself a position. Given say that the squeeze is going to go your way, it's going to go down on Monday morning. So that's an advanced botting technique. The other thing is, you just want to look what's going on. The bot is very efficient when the bands are big. You can see here the bands are quite big. Okay, here they're very narrow. Here they got big. So you got a big band up here, big band. I tell you, anything in these areas here is a screaming, go for it. Or anything about when it's a big band, just blindly anything that's here, you should really add on your position. And these big bands work very well on all sorts of time frames. I mean, I can't vouch for 1 minute or something, but you look at these bands on 1 hour, 4 hours, daily, monthly. You can make a lot of money, because if you're buying here, it's just a question of time, honestly. It will always go back to the mean here. Practically, I mean, that's a strategy too. You can buy here and get out here on large time frames. I mean, some computers do that. They do this all the time. You know, I like to wait till we get to here, because I've optimized that and it works quite well. But these large bands are very, very interesting to play in. So when you sometimes see these areas here, you go, well, that's going to be a hard moment to go through. Maybe I'll just put the bot down to 0.1 or something and just let it play around here. But when you see these big bands and you see the bots around here, you know, you can increase your size. I mean, this is a good trade. Or you can just go in on, you know, you can have 2 accounts or 3 accounts. I mean, I do. So this is my Renko account. And on Renko, I let the bot work on 1 account, and I have my Renko account, and I'll just go here, and here again, I've given you a Renko EA on which we worked very hard, but it does well, but, you know, you still do better by doing it yourself. There's no way of getting out of it, you know. I mean, here you can just go in and go, oh, I think I'll buy here. Look, I've got a nice formation. And it's difficult to tell a bot to look at harmonics and everything. I mean, you can do it, but it's so easy just having a quick glance yourself. Say, oh, look, there's a nice harmonic pattern. I'll just buy on my Renko account, disregardless of what the bot's doing. I'll make a position here on the euro. You get up here, come on, this is a good sell, you know, break, boom. And despite all the news that's going on, the Renko will give you the direction here. So, you know, there's some advanced botting tip for you. This is the Dow Jones, which I look at sometimes. So here you can see also that there are things to do. It's you know, it's probably better doing euro and currencies, but I hedge against you know, when the Dow Jones goes up, it usually means the euro is doing something, right? Anyway, you can't really dissociate the two. I mean, we've got a situation right now which is interesting in that it looks like the euro's dropping and the Dow hasn't moved up yet, because, you know, stronger dollar is usually good for the Dow. So it'll probably happen any time. I mean, the Dow can't stay down here. You can't have the euro drop and the Dow not move up. Yeah. So you've got to trade there. I think you've got to trade. So anyway, this is advanced botting tips number 1. I hope to give you more. Have a good day and enjoy.